Good evening, guys. First, I just want to say thank you for all the members who voted to put the ordinance in effect. Thank you for trying to work alongside with me. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I'm here tonight because the ordinance that was passed just about a month ago, right, is not being enforced. So I have a few questions. I don't expect you guys to answer me these questions, but I would appreciate if somebody could get back to me with some answers. I don't expect it tonight. I would like to know, is the mayor who has the, whether approves or gives permission for the enforcement of this ordinance? My other question is, if so, and the mayor is refusing to do it, what is me and my community's next step to challenge the mayor to enforce? I mean, we're asking him to follow, to be lawful. The lawlessness that's going down there, it's just ridiculous, and us as a community, we're tired of it. So these are some of the questions I have. If it's not you guys that can help enforce, if I could have information on who do I go to next? Because the mayor, as a leader, he should be protecting all of us and not just certain groups. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this or not, but I'm not sure who knows about it or not, but the city is funding, whether it be by tax dollars or grants, you know, opera money, the opiate money, whatever it may be, they're funding what they're calling harm reduction. I don't know if you guys are familiar with harm reduction is. It's basically they are going down, they are giving them free needles and different items to go and use illegal drugs with. That's what our city is doing right now. So harm reduction so they don't spread disease, right? However, what about our harm reduction? Because today I brought some pictures just for the last week of this is what we're dealing with. They get the protection of harm reduction, and this is what they're doing with their needles. Could everybody,
So
I don't.
Could you give it to Laura and she'll pass them down?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So it's just a few of the pictures, capped and uncapped. This is what our city kids are dealing with at the parks. We have Atlantis, the school, drop-off over there. I'm constantly, as soon as I get home, going over and telling parents, please do not let your kids play over there. And showing them on my phone the pictures of needles, or showing them on the ground pictures of needles. These kids are playing, they're doing cartwheels, they get pricked with a needle. If the person has any kind of disease, hepatitis, HIV, this kid now is subjected to that. Or if there's a little bit of drugs left over in these needles that the city's supplying to, you know, with STAR and the homeless committee. And my next question is the city gonna be liable that we're giving people free, clean needles to go shoot up illegal drugs? They go into their tent, they shoot up illegal drugs, overdose and die. Is that on the city? Because the city should be responsible. If we're gonna hold the drug dealer responsible, why aren't we holding the people who are giving them the tools to be able to use it? Maybe if the city doesn't give them the clean needle, they go out with a buddy, yeah, they might use, that's their choice, they might use a needle that's contaminated with something, but if they overdose, that person might have a can or not can to revive them. So I don't think it's the government's job, our city's job, to provide these services. We have elderly that need help, we're not helping. We have single mothers that need help that we're not helping. We have others. And I'm not saying we offer treatment, we offer housing. They're refusing, and they have the right to refuse. They can't stay. There's people that have been down there, that you guys heard it here, over a year. I've been fighting this since July of 2023.
Okay, can you try to wrap it up? Because Council Seeley, Council Sampson, you have a question? Or you
I
want
do.
to add a comment?
So I have a couple of comments, and then maybe I can help clarify something. So I'm looking at those photos. There's no doubt about it that there is heroin bags and needles, but those are not in the homeless encampments. Those are right in the park. Those pictures are right where those basketball courts are. So we have, I live on Joseph Drive. I've taken my dog for a walk, my little Yorkie for a walk. There, you see that same thing over there. I can't say that those things come from those homeless people. If those homeless people were in their camps using, they'd be using in their tents, in their camps, not sitting out at the basketball court. So we have a drug problem in this city, but to say that's from homeless people, unless you've seen those homeless people actively shooting up and doing that, there is a massive drug problem. Now, the city's not giving out needles. There is harm reduction, the world I work in, is broad, very broad. His medication is called harm reduction. And yes, there's a part of harm reduction where they give out needles where people disagree or not disagree. It doesn't, that's not what I'm up for debate about. But there's no way of knowing that if that's a needle that, let's say Star and their little program gave that out, or if that's something from someone else. There's just no way of tracking that. So to say that the city is giving out needles is just, it's not an accurate statement. So, and then to furthermore, to say that the enforcement, this is why I said, we were putting the cart before the horse. I knew this was going to happen because, first of all, that ordinance is the mayor has the discretion. So it's the mayor's office that enforces it. He has the discretion to enforce what campsites what he wants. So your fight is not with us. I'm the only solely one, that did not vote for it, other than the people that weren't here. But they did pass it. And then now the onus is on the administration, what he's going to do with that. It's on him to enforce it, not this body.